Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scoopers HD. Welcome back to another video. So now today, I'm going to be taking you guys on a full in-depth review of our 2019 Chevrolet Camaro SS. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. But then first of all, before I get started, I'm doing this a different style. Normally, I'll put my phone on a tripod and I should do a review like that. This time, I'm actually going to be taking my phone everywhere I go to show you guys the full review in a much easier fashion where I won't have to do as much editing. But without further ado, let's get started with the review. And now talking about the styling, so this car has around 455 horsepower and around 405 pound-feet of torque, which means the single pushes from 0 to 60 in around 3.8 to 4.5 seconds. And the car's obviously the car you can also get this car with an optional manual, but the car is a 10-speed automatic with a 7-speed manual transmission. Now I guess while we're already here, let's go talk about the key. So this is what the key of the 2019 Chevrolet Camaro SS looks like, and I think it's pretty cool, as you guys would probably say. It has the Chevrolet logo at the back, but also has all the buttons inside that you wouldn't want to mess around with. So now let's go and talk about the parts on the key. So now obviously, yes, you got the lock button. You press this button right here to lock the car. Press this button right here to unlock the car, as you would kind of expect. And now let's say you want to open up the trunk. Now there's actually 3 ways to open up the trunk. And one of the ways is you press this button right here, down here at the bottom. It has trunk open two times, and that right there will easily then pop open the trunk to the 2019 Chevy Camaro SS. So now, another really cool feature that you can actually do with this key is actually sound the horn. But the thing is that I'm not going to sound the horn, just because the thing is that if you want to press the sound of the horn, this helps you at least find this helps you find the car. Let's say if it's missing in let's say if you can't find it in inside of a parking lot, you press this button right here and it should sound the horn out. Or you turn on the lights. It'll alert you. And also, you guys may be wondering what this button does. Well, what this button right here does is it actually allows you to turn on the car. We'll get to that in a second. Now I guess we can go and start talking about the headlight design of 2019 Chevrolet Camaro SS. So now to turn on the headlights, you're going to want to first get inside the car first of all. So I guess I'm going to show you guys how it is to open the door. Just press this lock button once, or let's say if the doors are locked, and you can even if the key in your pocket. So the key's in my pocket, it's not in any of my hands. You can also, if you walk up to the car, you can press this little button right here and it automatically unlocks the car door for you. And in here you can actually be able to see the glorious 19 SS interior. So now it's going to pop open, let's go and turn on the headlights. You're good to use this dial here, you twist it up once to turn on the main ones. Turn on the main ones, as we're going to come over here and show you guys. This is what the main headlight design the 19 SS looks like. The lights are flickering for a reason, because the way the lights are positioned on, you don't really show them well. As you guys can see what they look like, you got the main daytime running light that goes all the way along the bottom of this car, right here like that. You also got the brights, which are around the outside and also inside that little part in there. So I guess I'm gonna show you guys the brights, and also the normal daytime running lights are also this little strip right down here. They're also the daytime running lights of the 19 SS. Let's go and look at the rear. Come back here and look at the rear of the car. You can see nice LED light strips. As you can see right here, they go all the way around the inside of this car. It's pretty cool. You guys look, the craziest thing, the one thing I like about these rear lights is how you can actually stick your hand and around you can actually feel it. They're actually indented, which I think is really cool. Now to turn on the brights, you'll simply press this button, switch up one more time, and then after that the brights come on. You can actually see where the brights of the SS, of the 19 SS are now. I still think those headlights, they do look pretty cool. Now to turn them off, you would do it just like, I'm not gonna show you guys literally every feature, but I'll get through as much as I can. To turn it off, we switch it right back down, just like that. But now I guess we're gonna start talking about the car's turn signals. So now I'm gonna show you guys turn those by me simply pressing the hazard light button. As you guys can see, this is what the turn signal of the 19 SS looked like, as you can see right here. So that right there is exactly what they look like. They have. This is the rear turn signal. They're actually inside this whole piece here. That's also the brake lights. So the brake lights, they actually replace with the turn signals. Which actually, I think, is pretty cool. They come up here, take a look at the front of the car here. You can see this is what the turn signals of the 19 SS look like too. The thing is, you may have also noticed the daytime running lights were also on that single light strip. So pretty much the turn signals actually take over the white light strip for the turn signal. Now let's go and talk about badging. So now there's a couple of badges in this car. For instance, you got one Chevrolet logo right here, except this one up here at the front is actually not called it's actually not, like the Chevrolet logo is called the bow tie, right? thing is, on this car they call it the flow type, because what this right here allows you to then do, you can actually stick your hand right in there. I think it's actually functional. So if you're taking this car on the racetrack, you could be able to then actually, that actually brings in a little bit more air than normal. There's also a Chevrolet badge. If you come all the way back here to the back of the car, there's also a Chevrolet badge right here. The thing is, this in here is not hollow. It's just a solid black piece with a little bit of aluminum on the outside. SS badges. You got one SS badge right over here, right on the side of the right on the side of the left side of the license plate. You also got Camaro right here. This right here is something that we put on. This here is not originally on the factory. It's just the Camaro logo. So you got the Camaro logo on the side on both sides. You also got SS right here on the front grille, and you also got SS on the rims. Now let's go and talk about the hood. Now the way to open up the hood is you unlock the car first of all. You got to go unlock the car first of all, open up the door, and if you look underneath this little panel right up down here, you will then be able to see this. You'll be able to find this latch. You pull this latch forward, and that's how you're actually able to open the hood. So now once the hood is actually popped open just a little bit, as you can see right here, it's popped open just a tad little bit. There's a little latch inside the hood that you want to open up, all right? And after you find that little latch, it's right here. If you find that little latch, you open up the latch. You can easily do it. That's what we're pressing this little latch right here. That's the latch that you want to try to find right here. All right, that's the latch right there. After you pull that open, you'll then be able to see the glorious 6.2 liter V8 engine. Push this thing 0 to 60 in 3.8 to 4.5 seconds with a top speed of close to 200 miles an hour. Now, to shut the hood is very simple. You grab this piece of the hood right here, you lower it to about halfway, you raise it up, and then just shut it like that, and then push. And there you go. That's how you shut the hood of the 19 SS. Now we're going to go and talk about the trunk again. So now, if we go and open up the trunk here, you can already see the trunk space is actually not too bad. You could probably fit a decent amount of work trip in here. Now, my mother, the owner of this car, they've actually taken this car to Kentucky, and they actually said it drives really well. You can do it's a really good practical car. And also, you also got this latch right here. What you guys may be wondering what this is for. You pull this down, and this right here is a manual release for when, let's say if you get trapped in the rear of the 19SS, you'll then pull this and actually to illuminate. I was going to talk about this rear wing. So this car is mainly just purely built for track use and also street use. And pretty much this thing here has street tires, but this wing is supposed to help bring a lot of downforce in. I just think that's pretty cool. Like whenever I'm sitting in the back seat, actually looking back at seeing this wing, I've always thought it's probably the coolest thing about this car. And now let's go ahead and talk about the sound of the 19SS. So now, the turn light, they'll actually turn it on. You turn it on with the key. I'll go ahead and unplug my microphone. So now you can actually turn it on through the key here. So if you have to press the lock button twice until you hear one honk. I thought you got to hold down this little arrow button right here and to take a listen. If you press the button twice. Now I guess I'm going to start talking about seat control. So now there's two switches right here you can use. You press this button to the back and it moves the seat forward and backwards. You push this one up and it actually rises the seat. If you twist it, it'll make the seat go all the way back down. If you press this button, if you press this button down, it'll adjust the seat rest, the rear seat footrest or backrest. If you push this forward, it'll do all that jazz. Now to get into the back seats. Now it's actually not too difficult to get to the back seats. You can actually forgot this button right here is what actually allows you to rise and lower the headrest. Let's go talk about getting in the back seats. Now that's a little switch right here. You pull the switch forward, and that right there allows you to get in the back seats. After that, you get the seat all the way forward. But now, once you got the seat all the way forward, there's one problem. This right here. So you pretty much have to step over this first, and after that, get your body in. After that, get your body in, and after that, you're in back here. And it's actually not too bad back here. I think it's really pretty comfortable back here. You have a tiny little, you do have a very small window. That's one thing I can confess about. You do have a very small rear window. You are kind of claustrophobic. It's actually kind of claustrophobic back here. You also got, you can see back there, you can see the good rear wing back here. You get to get a really good view of the rear wing from back here. And yes, you do actually get to get like rear storage. You get this little cubby right here. It's a little cubby right here. You can put some stuff in. And actually, this car actually has an option. You can actually have a car charger in here, like a wireless charger in here. This one does not have it. But the thing is that you can actually get a wireless charger to go right here. And most people probably do not know this, but the rear seats, they actually go down. Pull this little latch right here, and you can actually lower the back seats. So pretty much you can actually have a little bit more storage in here if you need to. I think that's probably one of the craziest things that most Camaro, probably another thing most Camaro owners probably not even know. Now I'm going to go talk about the door. There's one mount right here you can actually use. You press this button right here, and that's another way to pop open the trunk. As you can see right here, that's another way right there to pop open the trunk. And also, there's actually a third way. So now, if you look right underneath where the license plate housing is, you'll see these three options. You have a backup camera right here, and also you have a backup camera right there. But also, whenever, like if you want to pop open the trunk, there's a little rubber pad right here, not labeled. You press a little pad right here, and that's another way to pop open the trunk. That's probably something else most Camaro owners probably do not even know, but there's actually three different ways to pop open the trunk. Now let's go ahead and talk about LEDs inside the 19SS. You got one LED light right here, one LED light above the center screen. You also have another one inside here. You also got another one over there. So now that's that's actually not almost all of them. You also got the dome lights up here. You press to turn them off. You press these little buttons right here to turn them off. They got the interior dome light, and I guess that's pretty cool. So I can talk about the mirrors. So now they do actually come with little lights, and they slowly fade on, which is pretty cool. As you can kind of see right there, they slowly fade on. And thing is, if you're the driver, I don't think it's probably the best idea for the driver, because you're sitting there driving down the road and you're actually looking up like this. It would not really be the best. You guys would probably agree. Now, of course, the passenger side also has one, as you can see right here. But unfortunately, what this car does not have are grab handles. So if you're a passenger or getting a ride in this car and you're scared, too bad, there's no handle for you. Apart from right here, you have a little armrest right here. This thing does actually have a center armrest. You can sit here like this and drive with one hand on the steering wheel, one hand on here, and one arm on there. You can sit there like this. Now we're going to talk about storage. So now you also got the center. You also got the center storage. You got storage right here. You got the glove box. And you also got door storage. You got this right here. You got storage right here, and then up in this section here. And that's pretty much all the storage in this car, apart from this little pocket back here and the trunk. So this car is actually pretty practical. Got mirror controls. You press this little button right here to adjust the mirror. You can adjust them just like you would in any other car. It kind of works just like how you would expect with any other car. Almost every other car has this, but there's actually a cool feature. If you actually enable something inside this car, whenever you actually put this car in reverse, the mirrors actually fold down towards the ground, so you can actually build and see what's behind you a bit easier. That's a really cool thing, and I think should probably be in all cars. And I forgot to mention, this Chevrolet Camaro logo right here also lights up too. It works better at night, obviously, but this Camaro logo on the side here actually lights up too. Here's another cool feature. The keys are right here. I'm not touching them all. Watch this. Give it a minute. There you go. This thing here actually has something built inside the car to actually help you lock the car. Actually locks the car all by itself. So now the car is already fully on. I'm going to talk about a couple more features. So now, if you press this little button right here, you can actually see a couple of info pieces here. You can see right here. So you got phone. You can actually connect a phone to this car. You got navigation. You can be able to see all the navigation status. You got audio. You can be able to change the audio section by simply pressing this button right here. You can actually change what audio piece you want to work on. It actually changes in the center screen as well. So now we're going to talk about heated seats. So now, heated seats are pretty cool inside of this car as well. So if you press this button right here, you can actually turn on heated seats right here. You press this right here, like that. That would actually adjust the heated seats. And this right here adjusts. That's the heated seats. This is the cooled seats. You can actually see exactly how much. 3 is at max. Press it once, one more time, it actually decreases it more, just like that. And now we're going to go and talk about the defroster. You press this button right here. After that, it then turns on the defroster and the AC. You also got other cool features. inside of this car as well. You can see whenever I turn this dial, it does adjust the temperature. As you can see right here, that does adjust the temperature. I think that's probably, like I said, one of the coolest features. You can even see it even adjusts it here on the center screen, which is pretty cool. And I'm going to go and talk about, that's how you can actually adjust how powerful it goes. You should see more dots, the faster. There's actually also the temperature. There's actually how fast you can make the air conditioning go. Just like this. That's there is actually how you adjust the speed of it, right there. Obviously, whenever you click it, it shows little lights to let you know exactly how high it is. Whenever the car is on, you can see all the cool features, P, R, N, and D. That right there is what takes off the parking brake. I'm not going to press that because that's not my car. I don't want to mess up anything. As you can see, the steering wheel's on as well. You can see exactly how everything is. There's the gas gauge, the gas temperature gauge. But now we're going to go and talk about a couple of other things inside here. Now, okay, so we're going to go and talk about in here. If you go to press this home button, you can see all sorts of different options right here. You go to audio, and it takes you straight to the radio. And if you go to phone, it takes you to different phones that you can easily connect to recent contacts and different other phones you can maybe mess around with. And you go to Wi-Fi hotspot. This car has its own built-in Wi-Fi hotspot. So pretty much this car has its own built-in Wi-Fi, which is pretty cool. So that means, let's say if you want to go on a road trip and you're afraid about losing Wi-Fi, you can connect your phone to this car's Wi-Fi, which I think is probably one of the coolest features about this car. And I'm going to go and talk about users. You can actually put different users of this car in, which is pretty cool. Then after that, we go to settings. Here's where all the cool and interesting stuff, and you can obviously adjust date and time. You can adjust a different language. You can adjust most other stuff that you would probably be able to understand. Wi-Fi networks and all that jazz. Privacy display. See the heads-up display. So now the heads-up display is what's pretty cool. Hold on. There's a little display that displays in the center of the screen. You can actually move it by these little 3 buttons right here, right next to the gauge cluster. You do that right here. You can actually move where it is, where it's located. You can see right there. You can actually adjust it downwards and upwards. You can actually adjust what different infos are on the screen as well. This right here is mainly for track right there. You can see that's for track. And you can also make it brighter or dimmer, as you can see right there. That's probably the coolest part about the 19SS's interior. And then after this, if we go scroll up to apps, you can be able to actually have different apps accessed inside your car. If you go to vehicle, you can actually adjust the ambient lighting. You press the ambient lighting section, here's where you can actually change the ambient lighting. I'll do it inside here, for example. Let's say if I want it white. It'll then change the ambient lighting color to white. As you can see right there, let's say if we want it yellow. You can press yellow, the ambient lighting will then change to yellow. And then if we press blue, this is what color the original car had when we first got it. It'll then change the ambient lighting to blue. If you, let's say we want it like multicolor, let's do this one here. It'll then change it to that multicolor, which is pretty cool. I'm going to put it back at red because that's the color it was in. And there we go. We're going to go and talk. I guess we're going to talk about Team Driver Mode. Team Driver Mode is pretty cool. You can actually get a pin. Let's say if you're giving your car to a teenager who really wants to drive your car, you can actually set it. It actually sends a little report card about like how fast they've gone, how many times they floored the accelerator, and all that jazz. But things you have to get a custom pin for it though. Valet mode is what everybody needs. So now let's say if you're giving this car to a valet, it limits the car to only 95 horsepower, which is only 95 horsepower. Nobody can go crazy fast and die. So that's pretty much why they got that. That's all that. And then we're going to talk about Apple CarPlay. So now you can actually connect your Apple device to your car and actually make tons of cool stuff like that. We go to Android Auto. Okay, you got an Android phone. It works just like Apple CarPlay and apps. You got different apps like you would expect. And now there's 3 different drive modes in this car. They've got snow, track, and street. Obviously most people who get this car are going to be taking it to the track, so most people are going to be using track mode. Now the mirror controls. Again, let's talk about the windows. So now you can obviously adjust the windows through this button right here. That's how you adjust the passenger window. You can also adjust them both by simply clicking both buttons, or you can just adjust one. And now since this car is on, I'm going to talk about this feature. This is a feature that we got aftermarket. But if you open this little hatch right here, there's a little switch right here. Hold on. Check this out. Check this button here out. We actually have LED light strips that are underneath the car. Now these right here, we made all, these are aftermarket, but these are pretty cool. That's pretty much all I have to talk about inside of the 19SS. So now, turn off the car. So we want to press the brake, and then press the engine start stop button again. So then fully shut off the car. And just like that. And now we are done talking about the inside of this car. Now we're going to talk about getting it. Obviously now since we're done, we're going to talk about getting out. We're going to press the unlock button. This little door handle open like this. And then right after that, we are simply then able to climb on out of the 19SS after a good day of reviewing. Lock the door, and then after that, we're done. Well guys, that's the review of our 2019 Chevrolet Camaro SS. If you guys did enjoy, please do leave a like and subscribe. Also, if you guys would like us to review our 1986 Chevy Corvette, tell me in the comment section down below, and I will be sure we'll do it. Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Peace out. I forgot to mention, today's shout out will be popping up right up here. So if you guys want to go check out today's shout out, but yes guys, just go follow me in my socials, alright? Anyway guys, thank you all so much for watching today's video. Peace out.
Open up, shut it down like a Macintosh. Open up, open up,